What if I told you there's a formula that makes quitting impossible? Yep, you heard that right. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the secret weapon to never giving up on a project again. This is the kind of consistency people envy, the kind that guarantees success in everything you do. Sound too good to be true? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have the power to stay on track like never before. Let's jump in and change your life for good. Consistency is the real secret sauce when it comes to personal success. Think of it like this. Success isn't something you achieve overnight, but rather through a series of small, intentional actions over time. Whether it's building self-discipline, mastering Stoicism, or improving social skills, it all boils down to showing up regularly. Might not seem glamorous, but long-term commitment is the key. Take someone like Marco Aurelio, for example. His philosophy wasn't about grand gestures, but about continuous, steady growth. That's what makes consistency so powerful. Now, staying consistent isn't easy, especially when you're balancing mental well-being, battling anxiety, or dealing with the ups and downs of depression. But even when life gets tough, focusing on growth, rather than immediate results, keep you grounded. It's not about being perfect every day, but about putting in the effort regularly. You might not see changes instantly, but over time, those small steps add up. Proactivity, especially when paired with personal development, becomes your guiding force. Think about Nietzsche or Schopenhauer's takes on existentialism. They emphasize the need to persist, even when the path isn't clear. Consistency is like that. Some days it feels pointless, but it's actually shaping your future. This is where concepts like digital minimalism and dopamine fasting can come into play. By clearing out distractions and focusing on what truly matters, you create an environment where consistency thrives. It's about making room for self-knowledge and personal growth, one small action at a time. You'll notice the most successful people didn't get there through quick wins. They built their foundation brick by brick. Whether it's optimizing your existence or becoming a better person, you'll need to embrace the journey. The results won't come in a week or even a month, but if you stick with it, those hundreds or even thousands of days will compound into something incredible. And speaking of journeys, this brings us to the next step, starting despite imperfections. But more on that in just a second. Waiting for the perfect moment to start, that moment will never come. The reality is, nothing is ever going to be perfect. And if you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll never move forward. Whether you're diving into self-improvement, practicing essentialism, or simply trying to be more confident, key is to start now. You don't need all the answers right away, just a willingness to improve and a commitment to show up. Think of it as embracing Stoicism. You control your actions, not the circumstances around you. Imperfections aren't obstacles, they're opportunities for growth. When you start something new, whether it's a digital detox or improving your social skills, it's going to feel awkward and messy at first. That's normal. Every personal growth journey begins with small, imperfect steps. Even Nietzsche, who was obsessed with optimizing existence, understood that flaws are part of the process. The point is to begin, to build momentum, and to refine along the way. Starting despite imperfections also means embracing the fear of failure. Personal development isn't about being perfect. It's about pushing through discomfort. Mental well-being often takes a hit when we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. The best way to reduce anxiety or beat depression is by taking action, even if you're not 100% ready. Self-development is a marathon, not a sprint. The first steps are clumsy, but they get better with time, trust me. So, forget perfection. Start now, adjust as you go, and trust that the results will follow. You'll learn more from doing and failing than from waiting and planning. And as we talk about growth, let's dive into the next powerful idea, small daily steps. Trust me, it's the real game changer. Consistency doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, the most powerful changes come from small daily action. Whether you're working on self-improvement, personal development, or building discipline, the secret lies in those seemingly insignificant steps. It's like learning an instrument or starting a workout routine. First few days might feel like nothing is happening, but give it time. That's when you start to notice the progress. Small actions compound over time, leading to massive personal growth. Take something as simple as improving social skills. You don't become a master of confidence overnight. It's the little things, like striking up a conversation at the coffee shop, practicing public speaking in front of a mirror, that slowly build your skill set. Proactivity, even in small doses, makes all the difference. By focusing on growth every day, you gradually optimize your existence without feeling overwhelmed by the big picture. This approach is true in every aspect of life, from mental well-being to dealing with anxiety or depression. Breaking big goals into small, manageable chunks makes them more attainable. It's about mastering the art of showing up, even on the days you don't feel like it. Whether it's a digital detox to clear your mind or practicing Stoicism to strengthen your resolve, those little steps are the backbone of personal success. Each day you chip away at your goal, you're one step closer to becoming a better person. Small steps also make it easier to stay consistent. Instead of diving into a huge task and burning out, you pace yourself. You can do a little bit each day and still make meaningful progress. Now, you might be wondering, when will you actually start seeing results? That's where the next key idea comes in. Results take time. Let's get into that. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. Results don't happen overnight. Doesn't matter if you're diving into personal development, working on self-discipline, or trying to optimize your existence. Everything worthwhile takes time. This is where patience comes in. Whether you're battling anxiety, improving your social skills, or following a self-improvement plan, real lasting results may take hundreds or even thousands of days to show up. That's why it's so important to stay focused on growth, not just on quick wins. It's easy to feel frustrated when you don't see immediate progress. You hit the gym for a week and your muscles look the same. You start working on your confidence, but those social skills still feel shaky. But here's the thing. Every single day you show up, you're planting seeds. You won't see them sprout right away, but they're there, slowly growing beneath the surface. Personal growth isn't always visible in the moment, but over time, those daily efforts build into something undeniable. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism really comes into play. People like Marco Aurelio understood that life isn't about instant gratification. It's about long-term proactivity and self-knowledge. Nietzsche and Schopenhauer, with their existentialist views, knew that growth often feels pointless in the short term, but eventually, the results reveal themselves. When you focus on the process rather than the outcome, you start to appreciate the journey of self-development in a whole new way. So if you're feeling discouraged because the results haven't arrived yet, trust me, they're on their way. You just have to keep showing up, doing the work, and letting time do its thing. Now, this naturally leads to an important principle: consistency over intensity. Let's break that down next. When it comes to personal development, there's a huge misconception that intensity is everything. People think if they can just go all in for a few days, they'll see massive changes. But here's the reality. Intensity can only take you so far. The real game changer is consistency. You'll make more progress working out for 20 minutes every day than if you hit the gym for 2 hours once a week. The same goes for self-improvement, mental well-being, and even building better social skills. It's the small daily efforts that add up over time. Think about it this way. Consistency builds habits, and habits are what lead to lasting change. Whether you're practicing digital minimalism or trying to improve your confidence, the key is showing up regularly. It's like following the philosophies of Stoicism or Essentialism, focusing on what truly matters and doing it consistently. You don't need to push yourself to the limit every time. What's more important is that you show up, even on days when you're not feeling it. Proactivity, when done in small, manageable doses, becomes sustainable. It's what allows you to focus on growth without burning out. Ever notice how people who try intense changes often quit after a few days? That's because they've chosen intensity over consistency. On the other hand, those who choose small, consistent steps, whether it's with a digital detox or self-development routine, are the ones who achieve personal success in the long run. It's all about pacing yourself for the journey. So as you work on becoming a better person, remember this: slow and steady really does win the race. It's not about how hard you push in a single day, but about how often you show up. Keep that in mind as you work toward optimizing your existence, improving social skills, or boosting your mental well-being. Now that you've learned the power of consistency, why not dive even deeper into these habits? The next step is applying these lessons to your life, day by day.